morning. I am going to talk a little bit more about the topic of self-care, because as a caregiver caring for someone with cancer, it's so important. As someone just navigating life right now, with all of the mixed bag of things that come on our plate, it's vital that we tend to the needs of ourselves. And as much as the society we live in touts, buying and doing all of these things for ourselves, it still feels like it's really deeply embedded in our culture to, I think especially as mothers, to think that somehow self-care should not be something that we prioritize. And it's not like, it can be buying certain things for ourselves if we need those things or really want those things, but it's really, it's the simple things. And I know for myself, in our home, I'll speak for me, over the past several years, Tim has gone to bed earlier and earlier because it's been the only way that he could really keep going in the midst of this hidden disease process. And he really touted sleep as being like the best medicine and remedy for everything. And I think I pushed back against that, and I tend to be a night owl. But I think the more he leaned in the direction of getting more and more sleep, the more I was like, I'm staying up. I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm a night owl, and that's it. But what that meant over time is I just got less and less and less sleep. And then I think more recently, I felt like out of necessity I needed to stay up late to tend to things that I couldn't do during the evening hours when everyone else was awake. So I pushed my own bedtime back later and later. And one weekend of getting really good sleep, and just reinstating some really solid self-care practices, one weekend, that's it. My focus and concentration just went up tremendously. And so I think for caregivers, self-care is probably the number one thing. For me, another challenge has been really nurturing myself through good food. And I totally know the value of good food. I'm a healthcare provider. I'm also a coach, and I know the value of good food. But in our home, my husband took over cooking quite some time ago, and he was really good at it. And I think I don't know. I just was I don't need to eat breakfast. I can, I'll eat it if somebody cooks it for me, but I'm not gonna take my time to make it for myself. And I would grab a bar or something and call it good. But I've just started okay, I'm gonna make breakfast for myself. I'm gonna make an egg and some avocado and toast, and I'm gonna sit down and just be present to the food that I'm eating, the quiet space. I lit a candle this morning and read a book. It took me all of 15, maybe 20 minutes of quiet time. But it was medicine. It was medicine for my body, and it's medicine for my spirit. I feel like it sets me off on a path where this part of me that's been silently constantly screaming for me to attend to it and has been yanking at my attention a lot lately, making it really hard to focus and concentrate, has quieted down a lot. It just was like, okay, that's all I needed. I just needed you for you to like pay attention to me and for you to nurture me and for you to see me, that I have needs, that I need sleep, that I need food, that I need some quiet alone time just with you. So I don't know what this will do for my relationship with my girls. I think it will help. I'm also like taking cues from their playbook. My older daughter has started exercising regularly, and I'm just watching, and she started working, and she loves to earn money, and she loves how she feels after she works out, and it's reminding me that, oh yeah, I feel really good when I work out too. Maybe I should do that. So I added in like 10 minutes of workout time in the morning. 10 minutes, that's it. It's not a ton. I can do it. I'm doing it while the girls are getting ready. It's not my ideal, but it's something. And like I did it yesterday, and then this morning, rather than like wanting to crawl back in bed, my body was like, no, I want to do that again. That felt good. So that's what I did this morning. So I guess I'm trying to dispel the belief that self-care takes a whole lot of it doesn't take a whole lot, but it does take a little bit of thought about like, what are the things that you're not doing, that your body's calling out for you to do, and what difference would it make for you if you did those things? How would it allow you to show up in other areas of your life where maybe you're not showing up the way that you would like to be? And what role might self-care play in that? My other daughter has taken to like setting her alarm clock earlier, and she gets up. They get up really early. Like school, the bus comes at 6:20, so she's up at 5:20. She pops out of bed, makes her bed, has her clothes all picked out the night before, gets ready. She wants to be ready and like done eating breakfast by 6 so that she can sit and drink her chai tea and just talk until the bus has to come at 6:20. So, and she's doing this all on her own because it feels good to her. It feels good for her to be ready earlier. It feels good for her to have these things done in a certain order. And for a long time I felt like it was like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then I had to back off completely because every time I would like push, it would backfire. And Tim could kind of cajole them, especially her, into doing things. My approach didn't work so well. And so we were sort of at like a impasse or a standoff, or I don't know what you call it, but I've just kind of like, okay, you'll figure it out when you want to figure it out. And what I love is that she totally has, and like she even adjusted her bedtime a little bit earlier and wouldn't let herself snooze, because she's like, then I fall back asleep, and then when I get up, then I'm cranky and I feel rushed, and I don't like to feel rushed. So I mean, you just get up when the alarm goes off. Oh, what a concept. Again, I know these things because I have taught these things, and but in the midst of navigating, like all that we're navigating now, hitting snooze and crawling back under the covers, like maybe it'll all go away. Maybe cancer will go away. Maybe all of the world's problems will go away. Maybe climate change will like heal itself. And then I'll come out of my little warm cocoon and life will be good. So that hasn't happened. that strategy didn't work no matter how long I tried it. So this new strategy feels really good. I'm only a couple of days in, but I'm sharing it because God, I think one of the hardest things for us to do as human beings is freaking get out of bed in the morning. And I think I'm not alone in like not wanting to take the time to feed myself a good healthy breakfast, like sitting down quietly, nurturing myself. So do it. It really matters a whole lot. I know this. I'm only a couple of days in practicing it, like for myself in another, like yet another layer of like practicing it. So next up is adding some hikes back in, because I absolutely love my time in the woods and hiking. So that's like the self-care that, but I'm going to take it one step at a time and one day at a time and enjoy the step that I'm on and celebrate it. And yeah, just invite you to do the same. Invite you to pick one thing and go for it. Try it out, see how it feels, see how it makes a difference in the rest of your life, if it does, and then add a little bit more in if it matters too. All right, that's it for today. Have a lovely Tuesday or whatever day it is for you when you're watching this.